Yeah, I think demonstration. Whoa. All right, dude. We're live. Restream oh yeah, could you guys donate? That'd be great. Restream has improved their UI here. We're
Yeah,
probably
looks
gonna
great.
be it's probably gonna be pretty quiet today because yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty quiet today. Trying to get like 2 full there, that's what I want.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just diving
Perfect
back
green.
into the FlutterFlow live streams. Mark, thanks for joining, man.
Of course, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to have you back, Andrew. How was your trip?
It was superb. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely like the digital nomad trip. It wasn't really a vacation. It wasn't really
Yeah,
a work trip, but it was a balance of the two. Worked about,
yeah.
15 to 20 hours a week while we were traveling. So
That's not easy, huh?
yeah, it was. It ended up not being just for back in agency life. So you have to deal with you're working on other people's projects sometimes, and they have different ideologies around what should be accomplished when. And anyways, it's all good though. We made it through, and we really enjoyed it. So got to spend some really good time with family.
Oh
Good to
man,
see some of the regulars back. Kareem, Joseph, Sean. So
welcome, guys.
yeah. Um, Education. We wanted to dive back into some educational resources. So we sort of took a break for the last month from NoCodeUI as we were working on agency stuff at Kaleo Design, and I was traveling. Um, and we want to dive back fully into it. It's going to be fun. So we've been building a lot of. Oh, thanks, Mark. We've been
Yeah,
building a lot of FlutterFlow applications at Kaleo. We have gotten, oh man, I want to say like 10 leads in the last 2 months. We're kicking off 4 projects this week and next. We're finishing 2 others. It is fast and furious. And during that time, we've ran into some issues. We've ran into some common use cases that we find value in. And so we just wanted to communicate those things. Mark, he jumped into his first client work.
it's true.
So how's it going? Lots
Jumped
of
into the jumped into the deep end, but yeah, no, it's really good. It's fun. It's fun learning. It's been a great experience overall, and yeah, I think when you actually jump into something real, not just theoretical and like just learning, okay, how would I do this? How do I do that? But when
Yep.
you actually have a product, or a project in your hands to do, it like expedites the learning process
Yep. Yep.
300%.
Definitely. Definitely. Sorry, I'm gonna just upgrade a premium on my Twitter so I can get some live stream on Twitter. Twitter updated where it only allows premium users to live stream. And since that's our number one sort of source of traffic for this live stream now, I want to make sure that we have it. So yeah.
Yes. But yeah, no, but with that, I'm really excited for this stream because I'm actually just getting into what we're going to be talking about today. So it's going to be good for me.
Yep. Yeah. So
I'm a
we
student.
have Mark is working on a full-fledged, Figma design. We worked with a client in Figma. We built out, I don't know, probably 80 screens, 2 different use cases,
Yeah.
3 user types, and now we're in the thick of implementing that into FlutterFlow. We don't do that with all of our clients, but sometimes when you have complicated products like that, it is most beneficial to map out your entire flow, get a general sense of UI, UX, what will happen. And now Mark gets the realization of, oh yeah, design didn't think about this. What are we
Yeah.
going to do in this use case? So today we wanted to go over a little thing that we utilize quite often at Kaleo, which is state management and how to utilize state management in a way to improve the user experience of your applications. So I'm going to focus on 2 areas. One will be like custom selection modules, where you can, typically you use choice chips or something, right? Where you just select the choice chips. They're not always the best use case. Sometimes you want a larger tappable area. Sometimes you want yeah, you want a larger tappable area essentially. So we're going to do that. And then also how we utilize enums at Kaleo. We have a huge project we've been working on this past 2 months, and we've utilized enums for a lot of the selection. We have like a very large client form that they fill out in onboarding, and we utilized enums for some of that stuff. And man, it was a pain in the rear because enums are great for set values, like statuses, right? So like, draft, pending, published, right? One word, just like very simple. We can always filter by those statuses, or maybe user types, right? Admin, customer, manager, something like that. They're superb. Utilizing enums like in large lists. So like we have a list of tags that we wanted to utilize as enums in FlutterFlow is very frustrating because currently there's no way to feed in, right? Like the idea is you have those enums, you feed them into a choice chip, which is a list of strings. Then you select those. Well, then you have to convert those strings to an enum, back to an enum, right? So that's the first. You have to have a custom function for that. Then you have to have a custom function for viewing those enums as strings again. So in the create phase, you're converting. In the edit phase, you're reconverting back. The view phase is fine. You can view enums as a list of strings, but it's very frustrating. So just a little thing in FlutterFlow like that is one thing they need to fix eventually. So, but yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna dive into just some state management stuff. I'm just gonna share my entire screen so that you guys can see my my little fellow over here as well. So we are going to be in the desktop app, and we have this onboarding scenario here, right? And really we have like user name, role, short description. I'm going to add a small step to this onboarding flow. I'm going to add like a user role type or main, user role type, let's say. And I want the user to have a list of options, and I want them to select one, and I want that selected state to be different than the others. So we're going to create a page, and I'm just going to create blank. I'm going to say onboarding user type. All right, cool. We're going to set a page title here. I'm going to set this guy up, and I'm going to say user role. Perf. Okay. So the reason why we're going to use page state for this is because we want to make our selections, right, change based off of what the page state value is. Okay. So before we do that, we're going to set up enums, an enum for user role type. Okay. User role. And in this user role, I'm going to have admin. I'm going to have manager, owner, writer, right? The admin we're not going to show to the user because that's going to be set from the back end. I'm going to set that for myself and for maybe Mark, but manager, owner, writer, or maybe instead of manager, we say host, right? Because this is a ride app. So you want to host rides. Maybe an owner is an owner of a club, right? And then a rider is just somebody that wants to find rides and participate in them. So we're going to do that. And we're going to set our page state to have a user role. Okay. And it's going to be the enum user role. And we'll just set host as the first one. Okay. Now let's create our UI. So we're going to do this. I'm going to bring this down here actually and bring in this little guy. I'm just going to do a little bit of UI work here. So let's go ahead and change this to label medium and say, please select primary role below. Cool. I'm going to wrap this guy in another column so I can make it scrollable if needed. And then this one will be our column padding. You know, Flywheel put out a little blog post about naming structures in their FlutterFlow projects, and I thought that was brilliant. We are going to be also doing something similar where we just sort of say, hey, this is when we work on projects, this is how we do stuff. This is how we name things. This is what you name. This is why you name things. So cool. Let's go ahead and do that. And I want to have 3 options here. So I'm going to do a container. Let's see if we have theme styles. We don't. Let's go ahead and make this alternate. Border radius 8, border width 1, and let's do 80. All right, now in this list view, we can set the item spacing, so 12, and then we can just duplicate these guys here, and we can set that there. Okay, this one's going to be really simple. You can basically like create this as a component and have an action state variable and do all of that. We're going to do a very simple way that is foolproof. So we are going to just put a row in this little guy. Those guys are probably worthless. Let's go ahead and add some spacing here. Let's add an icon. Ooh, sorry. Yes, icon here and a text here. All right. So this icon is going to identify which one of these options is selected. And I'm going to set this up first, and then we're going to duplicate it and just change the values. Okay, so we have host, and that's where we're going to start first. We don't have any custom icons, so let's go ahead and do a check mark here. Rounded, nice. Okay. I'm going to do some padding here to make these look a little better. And I'll increase the size here. All right, cool. I'm going to manage the height of this from my padding. Sweet. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set some conditional styles, some conditional colors of style based off of the page state role. Okay. So we're going to do a conditional value here. I wish I could move my video up, but conditional value. So set border color from variable, conditional value, condition equals Can you hear me? Maybe I went off the screen. All right. So we are going to make this container implicitly animated so that it fades in and fades out when we change the values here. We're also going to set up an animation on this little guy. We'll do a fade in, 400, and we'll do a scale, 6, 6, and rotate. We're just going to rotate 7 or 0.7. All right, cool. This is what's going to happen. All right. And then the same conditional sick. There is that. All right. You guys can now hear me. Sweet. This same conditional, we're going to do a conditional visibility on Kevin, good to have you, dude. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for always being present. So, all right, I'm doing a conditional visibility on this icon. This icon will only show up if host is the user role selected in the page state. Okay. Also, this is great for edit states. So we utilize page states for some edit screens where we pass a parameter like an entire document to a page, right? And then we want to change the status. We want to see those changes right on the screen. If if you're a beginner, maybe that's Greek to you. But if you know FlutterFlow, right? If you pass a document over to a page, you don't see the updates that happen. So if you utilize this page state and you set the page state from the document, and then you manage the page state, which I'll show you, you can always change and see the changes. So, all right, so we have host, we have everything set up here. We'll go ahead and duplicate it and duplicate it. And then we'll say owner. And for this guy, we'll say a writer. All right. Now we want to update the page state, user role, want to set the value to host. And again, we're doing this statically. If you want to do this if you want to do this dynamically, it's totally possible. You can just do the lists, right? Sorry, you can just do whatever list item it is, whatever value that is, you can pass that in as the value. So writer, and I guess we could have set this whole list from the enums. That probably would have made sense. We'll do that next time. Okay. And then we want to set these conditionals based off of the writer. Yeah, that would have been a much better setup, but hey, that's what you get. We're going to just do this real quick. I'm just going to set all of these to be the right conditional. So when writer is selected, we get this style. When writer is selected, we get this check mark. Perf. And same thing here. We want owner, confirm, and let's come to style, owner. I know this may seem like it's a little annoying, but you'd be amazed at the power behind this. I'm going to go ahead and set a user role here in my user document, and it's going to be that enum. Okay, user role. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to update the page. Okay, so on page load here on this user role, I'm going to update the page state with the user role set value of my user. Okay, boom, cool. All right, and then if it's not set, which it won't be set here, so we'll see how this interacts. I'm going to go ahead and set the ability to get to that page from my account page. So let's duplicate that. Let's say my role. And our page is onboarding. We could probably just say profile user type, but let's do that. We will set this, go to our profile. Okay. Data app state from a widget. LGK9, eh? All right, let's see. Oh man, for some reason my actions are not working. They don't want to work. Interesting. I'm getting my update and it's not. Okay. I don't know why that isn't none of my new actions are working. Did I? Maybe I didn't do that in time. So we'll see. This happened as well in this project. I was trying to create a ride details page, and it just didn't want to capture it. So we'll see if this works. But yeah, you can utilize this for user roles. You can utilize this in onboarding. So as a user onboarding, then you can like gatekeep information from a user based off this user role. Man, that's annoying. We're just going to do a little test mode, I guess, to see. And I'm going to stop this and try to restart it. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Okay. Okay, what has been your guys' favorite feature release in the last I don't know, I guess month of FlutterFlow releases? We've had recursive components, we've had animated text, we've had what else we had? Syncing and syncing issues. I bet you we could do this. So we will implement, as this test mode is getting up and running, what I'll do is we'll try out this animated text, okay? I'm gonna select all of these. I'm gonna say animate changes. We'll do 3 and ease in, ease out. Oh yeah, local debug panel as well. That's right. You exactly right there. All right, cool. That's also very nice. 300. Oh, why is it saying animation changes? Duration value is invalid. Maybe we need to do it one by one. 300, can it not be? It has to be 600? Whoa, dude. Sort of wild. Huh, interesting. All right, well, there's a bug. Animate changes. Sorry, you guys can't see me. But animate changes is providing a little bug here where it's not letting me set the value. Dude. Oh, well. Small potatoes, I guess. Let's see. Let's just do animate changes. Yeah, it's just like you can do it. You can't change the value. So we'll just do that. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll do size. We'll do color. We'll do color. All right, and we'll do that same thing, same conditional. So this little guy, and we will paste that color in here. My test session is up and running. So primary, and if not, we'll do secondary. Cool. Actually love this. We're gonna just all sorts of things. Host, owner, and writer. We have an app that we're doing for a fishing company right now, and this is very much applicable to that. So I'm going to bring this up. I doubt my yeah, Andrew RIP great. I'm so glad you guys can see my password, Andrew 123. Hey, it's not my password. Oh, you know what? Hey, let's just sign up then, I guess. Andrew. Hello. What's up, Mark?
Right. Too many test accounts, huh?
Yeah, too many test accounts.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Update the new map center with the new map. Oh, then I dismissed the widget. Nice. Okay, so Andy, yeah, who are you? See, we have this, but we're gonna improve it with our role based.
Yeah.
And
And also, we're actually looking forward to hearing any questions you guys have after we get through this demonstration of the enums and all that stuff. It's been like a month, since so it'll be cool to see what you guys have been working on here.
Yeah.
Any things you guys have been coming across.
Yeah. So here we have it, right? We have the ability. This isn't our latest, so we can update this to be our latest. We can also update these. So instead of a single pixel, we can do double. That's cool. And we could also, right? We could also have a little button pop up here that showcases. We can also use page states for this stuff. This is amazing, right? This is also really cool. So when a user has changed, right, something, right, we're gonna set this from our user profile. So let's say we only want to show an update button when something has changed. Okay, when a user has taken an action on this. So we're gonna say show update. We're just gonna make it a Boolean. Perf. We'll make it false by default. And in our little action, we'll also just add that as a false. Boom. Okay. And now what we can do, we'll do a little button down here. Cool. We'll expand this little. Oh, this is scrollable. Oh, okay. We will. Let's do that. Can I do that? Why can't I do that? Gotcha. Just need to expand this little guy. Perf. All right, let's say update profile. We'll add some 16 padding, 16 and 12, or maybe 16 at the bottom as well. Then we'll go width. Cool. Sorry, I always like seeing my safe area. So we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to just do a conditional value, condition, page state equals show update equals true. All right. This needs to be a little bit bigger, 48 maybe. I do this a lot as well in like drop downs typically, right? When you're like updating a status for a project. We do this in, well, I'll showcase a project that we're working on currently. It's not NDA or anything, but all right. So we need to show this button, and we also need to update our user profile on this button. So on this button, we're going to say update authenticated user. Boom. We're going to say user role equals page state. Sick. That's awesome. And we can also like navigate back. That'll be a good experience.
Nice.
And then we need to also so we have this update page state here. So we'll need to change this show update to true on all of these. Show update true. And show update true. Awesome. All right, we're gonna try to see if we can do this on our emulator. I don't know if our actions are gonna work. There it is. Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Cool. Oh, looky there.
Nice.
See, it all did work out in the end. And our text is fading. Not bad, right?
Pretty cool.
And then we can update our profile. So I want to be a host. We'll update. We've probably put a host, indicator there on the profile page. So this profile page, maybe we'll now do like a little, let's see, a little guy right here. 36. We'll do 12, and we'll just throw some text in here. Oh yeah, we need to throw this little container in a row because I don't want it to be bound by the width. Don't want a width. Okay. And we're just going to have this be accent 1, and it's just going to showcase our user role. So again, like I said, using enums for this, right? Perfect scenario, one of them, one user role. All good, right? Maybe we can actually do it in the top thing, but yeah, that works. Yeah. Okay, we don't need this top padding. And we can have the same, we'll do 8 pixels, border radius. We'll just update that.
What's one way where you can use it in a list, you know, because right now you're just choosing one out of 3 options. But
Yep.
what if you have, for instance, like tags where, you know, people can make a description about the ride and they can choose multiple things?
Yep. That's a good question. So we're not going to use enums for that. Okay. That's
Okay.
the number 1 rule. Just because you have to, it's annoying. We'll do strings. We'll do a list of strings. Okay. So again, incredible, right? Thank you. That's a very good use case. So we're going to go to our create ride screen. All right. We have categories down here, and let's go ahead and set up a page state again, right? A page state again. We're going to do tags. We're just going to say tags. It's strings. It's going to be a list. Perfect. We're going to have that here. And then we're going to I'm going to do it up here on the page a little bit just because I don't want it to be so hard to see down here. So we're going to do another text field, or we'll take this text field. We don't need this lat long. Do we need this lat long? I guess we do for the map. So we'll duplicate this. We'll call this tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to be able to enter, basically type in a tag here, press enter, and it have this string show up in a list. Okay. So this is the first part. We're going to say text field, enter, tag name here. And in the hint, we'll say press enter when complete. All right. So this is the first thing. Then let's go ahead and set a row down here. Perf. Those are choice chips. We don't want those. So we're going to put in a container here, right? Let's go ahead and set it to 32. Instead of a row, we probably want a wrap. So we're going to replace that. Oops, sorry. We're going to replace that with a wrap. Unbelievable. Replace. Wrappe. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and stylize this. We're going to do alternate color. We'll do 8 pixel border radius. And we'll do 2 pixels. Cool. All right. And we're going to throw in, again, just like our user role, we're going to throw in a text here, center it, set some padding on it, and then remove the width of that. No, it has to have a width. And you see, that's why we do rows. That's why we do rows.
Yeah.
All right. That's okay. It's not terrible. Okay. We're going to set this row, dynamic children, from the page state. So tags created, set this from the page state. Perfect. It's going to set dynamically. So we have that here. Now on that row, we're going to set some item spacing, 8 pixels. Does all of this have potting? I don't want it to all have potting. Oh, well. Okay. And then we can select this and just make it tags created item. Here, that's going to be perfect. I'm going to say something like outdoors, right? Most rides would probably be outdoors.
Yeah, I was going to say most rides.
All right. Now we need to update this page state. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to set an action on submit here on this text field. So on submit, update page state. And we're going to do the list of strings. We're going to say add to set. And we're going to add to set from this little guy. Perf. Okay. That's going to be the bare minimum, right? Now we can type in a name here, press enter, and see a little guy pop up here. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of animation because we can do that so easily in FlutterFlow, and it's going to be really cool when it actually enters in there. So
yeah, that's really cool.
We'll do a little slide here, like 12 pixels. And we're going to do my favorite animation, which is tilt. And we're just going to do like 10.
Welcome, Daniel.
20. Oh, Daniel's here too, eh? Nice. We have the whole game basically. Very small gain, but a good gain.
It's
all right.
Dream team.
It is the dream team. We're all here to learn. Okay. So what we just did, to summary, SOP for naming test accounts. Oh, dude, no joke, right? Yeah. No joke. All right. Create ride. We have tags here. We don't have anything showing up here, but we have the ability to say outdoors. Oh my gosh, looky there. Oh, we need to clear this text field, obviously. Come on. We need to do some better UX here. So let's go ahead and clear text field. We have tags. We're going to do that. Cool. And then I think we even have a focus text field, right? Tell me I'm let's see, focus. Set. Yeah, reset text fields. Okay, I don't want to reset. Set form field. Nice. Okay. End start. That's it. Do I have to set it with something? Oh. We'll just set it with a space. All right. Cool. Well, really, this is the first time I've set a text field, but what I want to do is, I want to be able to, and we'll see once this starts. Let's see. Okay, outdoors. Let's see, woods.
Gravel.
Oh no, it's not doing it. Tags item. It should be unique. Oh. Index and list. We don't need a default value. Maybe that's. Huh. Okay. Sorry. Give me a second. This should be unique. So let's. I bet you we just didn't have the latest. That's what I'm guessing. I'm going to also words perfect. Don't need autofill hints. Okay. So woods. Timeout. Oh. Maybe this form field setting is. Oh, duh.
What is it?
Hey guys, when you do this, don't clear your text field before you update the page state. Okay? Rule number 1, don't clear the text field before updating the page state. If you want this to work. Yeah,
makes sense.
That's the issue. That is the issue. Now we're going to be really good. Okay.
Like last word.
Also, we're gonna do an additional thing here. So typically when you add these tags, you want the ability to remove them as well, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe I misspelled a word, or I decided I don't want to add that tag. So what we'll do here is we're going to set up a little X here, close. Maybe we'll make these little fellas just a little bit larger. They're 32, so maybe like 40. And that way we do this, 20. Okay, cool. And now we can just add action, update, page state. We'll just remove from list. And we're going to remove the tagged item. Okay. Sick, dude. See, I think this will be really good for you. Maybe for our OGs, like all of this is very, like you guys know this. I know you do. But for
Yeah.
new users of FlutterFlow, I think this is a very nice feature. So now we can tag Woods and Andrew and OG. And look at that animation that pops in. Mark.
I'm a
Boom.
tag in there.
Looky there, yeah. And now we need to turn on scrolling for this. We'll have 16 in padding. There you go. So we'll get rid of this little guy. We'll be able to scroll. We can remove them. It's not bad. Okay, Woods, Go, OG,
Gravel.
Hard, and
Hardcore.
LOL. Yeah, Hardcore. Boom. Scrolling works. Looky there. And if you want to change the style of this, right? So like maybe we don't want it to appear the same as the rest of our stuff. So maybe we want it to be like secondary and accent. Cool. That way they stand out a little bit. They're like selected, similar to the categories. Jackson, FlutterFlow tutorial on API or Cloud Function. There definitely needs to be more tutorials on that. We would not be a good resource because I'm terrible at APIs and Cloud Functions. So I'm not a good developer. I'm a designer and UI UX expert, but API and clouds will have to bring in another expert to help you with. That being said, the first week of August, let's see, August calendar. All right. Not now. Why do I not have an August calendar in front of me? So the first week of August, we are going to be doing second week of August. Saturday, August 10th. In the pipeline, we are planning to have, I'm actually showing, my bad. Yes.
Now we know your schedule.
Yes, you guys know my schedule. Oh no. Saturday, August 10th. We will be having a 3 to 4 hour seminar for NoCodeUI on building scalable apps in FlutterFlow, and how to get started in FlutterFlow. So it will be geared towards agency owners, freelancers, and entrepreneurs. Those are the main. So entrepreneurs are the main like user type that we get as customers, obviously. And the goal of NoCodeUI is to empower freelancers, developers, agency owners to optimize their workflow to deliver better quality applications to their clients on a daily basis. So it's going to be a 3-hour seminar. It's going to be planned out, so it won't be as ad lib as these live streams. We're going to have an entire itinerary for it. And then at the end of that, the goal would be that you come out with a deliverable, right? You come out with something that makes you proud. Again, for our advanced users of FlutterFlow that build every day, you will find as much value from this as you would the courses at NoCodeUI. So if you don't find value in that stuff, you know all that, no problem. You don't have to attend. But that would be the goal. And then from that seminar, we're going to ideally aim for a 6-week boot camp in August and September. End of August to like the first, second week of October, really, where we are building apps in FlutterFlow. We are learning all about best practices. I'm going to partner with a few of those sort of back-end developers or engineers that will help me communicate and educate on the other side of FlutterFlow, the things that you guys need in order to launch production-ready applications, build ship, really, FlutterFlow, Firebase. So I'm going to cover all of the UI, UX, how to produce beautiful applications that are intuitive and beneficial for your clients and their end users. We've been doing this for 11 years. We've launched, 15, 20 FlutterFlow applications in the last 2 years. We've worked on over 175 projects. The products that we've designed are in use by Chili's, by Torchy Tacos, Merit Coffee, Accenture, Mount Sinai, Teachable. The list goes on. So we're going to try to disseminate that information in UI, UX, because that is our expertise. And in the boot camp, we will also work on providing you guys with some knowledge around build, ship, and scaling your applications, creating performant web applications as well. So, all right. I think this accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. What was the other thing we wanted to do? Enums, where to use them. Hey, we did that. State management. Okay.
Real quick question Joseph had about the boot camp. I think it's a good one. Maybe you can answer it now as like a schedule or like maybe not a hard one. But...
Here, let me get I'm going to do my calendar on my phone so you guys don't have access to everything. Okay. The tentative dates would be August 26th through September to October 14th. So August 26th through August 14th. August 26th through October 14th.
Yeah. And it's going to be recorded, the streams.
Yep. Daniel, yes, I did say Torchies. If you utilize their mobile application or their web application for ordering, Kaleo designed it.
Come
on. Yeah, we've been really blessed to work with some amazing clients. But the goal would be that now that we have FlutterFlow, we don't just get to design projects, but we also get to produce them, right?
Yeah.
We get to deliver them. So, and Joseph, to answer, so the boot camp will be a weekly touch point. There will be curriculum. So there'll be written curriculum. There'll be videos. There'll be objectives. And then, a weekly touch point and probably weekly or bi-weekly review. It'll most likely be bi-weekly review of your stuff. So, and it's going to be me and then a couple other, Mark. Kaleo just hired some design engineers to help. So they're going to help me communicate with all the students. The goal is to get 30 students. It will cost money. We are going to try to provide scalable pricing. Sorry, I forget what it's like, PPP. But so that everybody has access to it, not just those in North America, although those in North America will pay more than those elsewhere, because that's how life is. But we're going to try to provide that for everybody so that not just North Americans will join. We're in the process of that. Looking forward to it. It'll be a discounted price from the future boot camp because it'll be our first, but it's not the first boot camp I've ran. So I do have some experience in it. And It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Cool. Yeah, dude. All right. What else should we do here? How else should we use state management? So we did onboarding, we did tags here, push notifications, right? I think somebody had mentioned there's been a bunch of comments in the community and in the Reddit around push notifications. How do you send to multiple users, right? So we have this ride details page. Let me get to this ride details page. Okay. Let's say I'm the host. Oh, dude, this is a good one. Sorry, I'm gonna highlight this comment. Corey, I don't, man. I don't. We have this issue right now with a client. She has like the largest text size available in her iPhone. Uh, and I look at the stuff on her phone and I'm like, oh my gosh. Um, there are ways to sort of combat it. So turn on auto size on your, wait, I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. I don't have a best practice for you right now. I need to review what I actually did for that project. I think you can turn on auto size, which will allow things to sort of like wrap when they need to wrap. So yeah, that's it's a very frustrating experience. But okay, back to this. We're going to talk about how to send push notifications to multiple users. So, what you need in order to send push notifications is a list of user references or a user reference, right? So, it's very easy in one-to-one to send a push notification, right? You like have a profile page, you send a message, or you do something and you send a push notification to that page. um, Now there is one thing that I'll have to do here because I'll have to turn on console and make sure I have this updated to. Oh, let's see. Well, I'm not going to do the actual push notification, but what I will do is I'll do something very similar because all you need is a user list. So participants, rides, we're going to do an activity here. So this activity collection, right? This would be like you can't see push notifications in a collection in FlutterFlow apps. So what you need to do is you need to create an alternative collection that you can showcase those push notifications as a record to your users. This is what I do for almost all of my apps, right? I have activity for NoCodeUI. I have activity for this travel app we're doing, for this e-commerce app. And all we do is we say, all right, we have need a collection with an owner, time created, title, description, list of users to be notified, right? A ride reference, and let's see, and that's it. And ride reference. Yeah. Let's see if the AI can do this. Oh, looky there. Okay, we don't really need list of user IDs. Um, well, what we will do is we'll do user list. Okay, caveat or yeah, just a, a note, a note. Okay, um, user list. We could do participants actually, but it's just going to point to the user list. A note. Um, Sorry, that's rides. User lists. You don't want to do a bunch of these document reference lists in general on your collections. They bog down your collections. But for this one, it's going to be super easy and simple. It's not going to be that much. We're going to be like 10 to 20 users that are part of this activity. But in order to create that and make that activity show up in that user collection, right? Because I want everybody to see it. I need to have a list of users. So I'm going to do a small button up here. We have 5 minutes. We can totally do this in 5 minutes.
Come on.
That's great. I'm going to do a small button up here. And this button will only appear for admin, but we're not going to set up that logic now. And I'm going to say create document activity. The owner is going to be me. Oh, no, the participants. The owner is going to be me. Boop. And then the title, time created, obviously, current time. And title, we're just going to say a new update. Technically, you'd want to send this in a form. You'd want a form that comes up. I'm sending a new update. All right. And we want to set our user list. That list update, right? We want to set a value of it. And so what we want to do is we want a list of user, okay, references. Let's see. Sorry. We want these participants documents, map list items, item and list, get property document, user ref. Okay. Cool. Well, I guess that works. Anyways, we can use page state as well. So we have a list of users here, and we'll just do that because it's probably a little more secure or a little more stable. So user list, it's going to be a list of document references. We don't need the documents themselves. We're just going to do users and is a list. Okay. Now on app state, on page load, oh, we can't do page load because we're not passing the pound. Oh, anyways. Never mind. Sorry. We're just going to do this. So we need a list of users, right? So as I said here, we're grabbing this list of users from this document up here. This document has a list of participants, and that participants document has a list of user references, okay? Which is what appears here. So in order to create that user list document, we're not just going to send it to one of these users. We're going to send it to all of those in the participants documents. And so what I'm doing here is I'm grabbing that participants document, right, which is the list of users, and then I'm mapping the list item user reference, which is a document property in there. So participants documents user ref. Okay. And that's how we're going to add users to this list. You would do the same with a push notification. You would send multiple participants. You would add user lists, right? And then you would send to that user list. All right. 58 minutes. Not so bad. Can you show how to create a page where you see the person, vehicle, live, and map history where they have been? Oh my gosh. Jackson, you're asking these harder ones, man. Anything with maps in FlutterFlow is terrible right now. It's not the worst, but it's terrible. So we'll try to do a video. We'll try to do something. I don't know. I think that Steve at the Digital Pro probably has the best stuff on this. Daniel and Carol also do some really good stuff with more back-end dynamic stuff. So they're great resources. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. I know this hasn't been a super large one because we didn't have any Twitter viewers. But next week, we'll talk more about building scalable apps in FlutterFlow. We'll do more about state management, but probably just build something really cool on the desktop. So I would also like to load test. I got asked the question, like, what's the best framework for publishing web apps? Is it Canvas Kit? Is it the original Flutter one? Is it just default? What it is? So I would love to do some load testing next week. So yeah, Joseph, I agree. I agree. It's sort of annoying, but anyways, I think we accomplished a lot. We did some cool stuff, right? We have a user role. We have custom select. We have the ability to update just off of if things have changed. We have the ability to create something and add tags, right?
Yeah,
Remove tags.
yeah, that
And
was really cool. I didn't know that was a feature. That's fun.
yeah, it is super fun. Yeah, and you can do that with enums, but it just requires like 3 custom functions, which is really annoying. So
Yeah, maybe that'll be also cool to see at some point in the future, because I'm working on an app where I'm probably gonna have to be doing that with enums. So, but yeah, I was just thinking for all the guys, everyone watching,
yeah,
it'd be great to leave a comment of maybe for a future live stream, anything you'd like to see.
yep,
Maybe we can plan that out.
totally. And I will be diving more into curriculum for Flutter for NoCodeUI as well, and then focusing on that whole thing for the bootcamp. But those are the tentative dates. I'm working with an agency to help me organize all of that, so I don't have to do it myself. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Good luck with all your deadlines.